Good day everyone, welcome to Senior Pablo TV. And for today's tutorial video, we will be discussing the system of linear equations. So after discussing the graph of linear equation, and of course writing linear equation, we have the system of linear equations. So this will be the introduction video for our topic. So let us define what is a system of linear equation. A set of two or more linear equations that have variables in common. So notice that we have two or more linear equations. So possibly we have three equations or two equations or more. And notice that since this is a linear equation, so you will also be encountering with two variables or with three variables. Now, to further understand, let's have this example. We're going to test whether the solution or the given points is a solution of our linear equation. So let's say we have determine whether each ordered pair is a solution of the system of equations x plus 2y is equal to 8 and 5x minus 2y is equal to 4. So we have our first equation here and the second equation. Now, since given the points, let's say 1, 2, and 3, we're just going to substitute our values for our x and y. So since this is a point, this is our x and our y. So get the equations. So we have x plus 2y is equal to 8. And the other one is 5x minus 2y is equal to positive 4. Now, in our equation 1, we need to substitute the x and y. So our x is 0 plus 2 times our y is 4 is equal to 8. So 0 plus 2 times 4. So 0 plus 2 times 4, that is 8, is equal to 8. 0 plus 8 is 8 is equal to 8. So they are equal. That means 0 is a solution of this. Now, let's check our y. So 5 times 0 minus 2 times y is 4 is equal to 4. 5 times 0, that is 0, minus negative 2 times 4, this is 8, is equal to 4. Negative 8 is not equal to 4. So this is true, while the other one is false. So that means 0, 4 is not a solution of the system of equation. Why? Because it gives us false answer in our equation number 2. And now let us proceed in our equation problem number 2. And now let us proceed in our problem number 2. We have a point 4, 8. So this is our x and this is our y. Copying our equation 1, so x plus 2y is equal to 8. And the other one, 5x minus 2y is equal to 4. Now substitute. So 4 plus 2 times 8 is equal to 8. So 4 plus 2 times 8 is 16. 8, so 20 is not equal to 8. False. So in our first equation, it gives us a false answer. We're going to test for the x and y. So automatically, this is not the solution of our system of equations. Now let us check the other equation. So 5 times 4 minus 2 times 8 is equal to 4. 5 times 4, this is 20. Negative 2 times 8, 16 is equal to 4. 20 minus 16, 4 is equal to 4. This is true. Although the other equation gives us a true answer, it's still the 4 and 8 is not a solution of the given system of equation. Why? Because this gives us a false while testing our equation. Just like in our example number 1. Next, let us try example number 3 or the problem number 3. Copy. X plus 2y is equal to 8. And 5x minus 2y is equal to 4. Now substitute. So 2 plus 2 times our y is 3 is equal to 8. 2 plus 2 times 3 is 6 is equal to 8. 2 plus 6, 8 is equal to 8. So this is correct. Now let us check the other equation. 5 times 2 minus 2 times 3 is equal to 4. 5 times 2, this is 10 minus negative 2 times 3, 6 is equal to 4. So 4 is equal to 4, which is also true. So both equations are true when x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. Therefore, 2 and 2 comma 3 is the solution of the system of equations. So the given system of equation. So you will be needing this process to check your answer in solving our linear equation with 2 or 3 variables. So you need to master the process in substitution. Now, we're going to proceed in the graph of our system of linear equation. In system of linear equation, if we're going to graph, these are the things that you must know. So, if you will encounter a graph like this one, the intersecting line, that means the line intersect at exactly one point, the slope of the lines are different, of course, because the slope of this line is different from the slope of the second line. And for the classification of system, it is consistent and independent. And number of solution, we have only one. Or this is also called the unique solution, because we only have a point, exactly one point that the two lines intersect. And that is our solution. And if you're going to encounter a graph like this one, so notice that the two lines coincide each other. That's what we call the coinciding lines. Our slope, same slope, and this MY intersect. Because if you notice, it is on this line is only one line that coincide. Because these are lines that coincide to each other. And of course, noticing our line that is consistent and dependent. And for the number of solutions, we have infinite many solutions. So if we're going to extend this, so we will come up with many or infinite many solutions. And the parallel lines, the slope are the same, but the y-intercept are different. And for the classification of system, we have the inconsistent, and the number of solution, there is none. Because the 2 points will never touch each other. That's the parallel lines. To better understand, kindly watch the next video, the solving linear equation with 2 variables and its graph. Solving linear equations with 2 variables. This time, we will be focusing in substitution method. So let's have our example number 1. The given equations are 2x minus y is equal to 9 and x plus 3y is equal to negative 6. And notice in our board, we have here the graph, the slope of the line, classification, and the number of solution. We will be needing this table in our graph later. So aside from solving the x and y using substitution, we can also graph this problem. Now let's try this example. Solve by substitution method. So of course, we need to substitute. First, let us find the value of x or y. It's up to you. So study the given. If we're going to manipulate our equation 1, let's name it equation 1, and this is equation 2. Equation y, if we're going to use the addition property of equality, we can find the value for y. And in equation number 2, addition property of equality, if we move 3y on the right side, we can get a value for x. Now, let us find first the value of x. Let us use the equation number 2. So this is also the same as x is equal to negative 3y minus 6. Okay, they are the same. Now, after getting the value for x, we need to substitute in our equation number 1. So the equation number 1 is 2x minus y is equal to 9. So we have a value for x. So 2 times our x is negative 3y minus 6 minus y is equal to 9. Again, let us repeat. The value of x is 3y minus 6. So the x in our equation 1 just change into negative 3y minus 6. Okay? Now, distribute. 2 times negative 3y, negative 6y. 2 times negative 6, negative 12. Minus y is equal to 9. Now we are going to find the value for y. So negative 6y minus y, negative 7y is equal to 9. Addition property of equality. I will move negative 12 to the right, so that will become positive 12. So negative 7y is equal to 9 plus 12, 21. Now we have divide by negative 7. So y is equal to 21 divided by negative 7, negative 3. This will be the value for our y. Now, we have a value for y. We can now get the value for x. Notice that x is equal to negative 3y minus 6. So all we need to do is to substitute the value for y. So x is equal to negative 3 times negative 3 minus 6. So x is equal to negative 3 times negative 3, that is positive 9 minus 6. So x is equal to 9 minus 6, that is 3. So the solution of the system of equation is x is 3, y is negative 3. Now, if the question asks you to write the number of solution, so number of solution, you can write 1. There is only one solution. And the classification of system, we can write consistent and independent. And of course, if you're going to try to graph this, so this will be the outcome of your graph depending on the solution of the linear equation. They will meet at 3, -3. That will be the intersection point of our linear equation. So that's on how to solve the linear equation under the substitution method. The next video will be solving linear equation with two variables. We have the elimination method. Solving linear equation with two variables. This time we have the elimination method. So after discussing the substitution method, we have the elimination method. Let's have our first example. Our equation 1 is 2x minus y is equal to 7, and the second equation is 3x plus y is equal to 8. So since we are in the elimination method, we need to eliminate one of our variables. Let's say we're going to eliminate our x. So our goal is the coefficient must be the same. In this case, they are different, 2x and 3y. So all we need to do is to make them the same. Okay. So we need to multiply in our equation 1 to 3, and in our equation 1, multiply it to 2. So that the equation will be 2x times 3, that is 6x. Negative y times 3, negative 3y, is equal to 7 times 3, 21. Second equation, 2x times 2, that is 6x. Y times 2, that is positive 2y, is equal to 2 times 8, 16. Notice that our coefficients in our x are the same. So to eliminate that, we need to subtract. Okay, so 6x minus 6x, that will be 0, or we can just cancel that out. Now, negative 3y minus 2y, that is negative 5y, is equal to 21 minus 16, that is 5. We need to get the value for y, so we need to divide by negative 5, negative 5. So y is equal to negative 1. Okay. Next, we need to find the value for x. So we need to eliminate now the y. So we have just copy 2x minus y is equal to 7, and 3x plus y is equal to 8. Check the coefficient of y. We have negative 1 and positive 1. So they are the same. They are just different in their sign. But our coefficient here is 1 and 1. So if we're going to add that, negative 1 plus positive 1, that will give us 0. So it will be cancelled out. Now we have 2x plus 3y, that is 5x, and 7 plus 8 will give us 15. Divide by 5, so our x is equal to 15 divided by 5, 3. Okay. Now we have the values for x and for y. So our solution now is our x is 3 and our y is negative 1. Now let us try to substitute in our equations to check your answers. So equation 1, 2x minus y is equal to 7. And the equation 2, 3x plus y is equal to 8. So x is 3, so 2 times 3 minus y is negative 1 is equal to 7. 2 times 3, that is 6. Negative times negative, that is positive 1 is equal to 7. So 7 is equal to 7. True. Now, 3 times 3 plus negative 1 is equal to 8. 3 times 3, that is 9, minus 1 is equal to 8. So 8 is equal to 8. Okay, correct. True. Now, if the question asks you, determine the graph. Is it intersecting, coinciding, or parallel? So since we have one solution, so it is intersecting. Intersecting line. And the classification of systems, we have the consistent and independent. And the number of solutions, you have one or the unique solution. That is the use of our table. The shortcut here in elimination method is that you're going to manipulate our equations so that our coefficient will be the same. Then you need to cancel that out. For our next video, we will combine the elimination and the substitution method. Solving linear equation with two variables, we're going to use the elimination method and the substitution method. So make sure that you watch our videos in substitution method and elimination method. This time, we're going to combine the two methods. So if you find this easy, then you can use this process. But if you are confident to use the substitution method, then go ahead. And for elimination method, if you're confident to use that, you can use that. But a lot of students use this, the combination of elimination and substitution, because they find it the easiest way to solve the equations. So let's try our example number 1. 3x minus 2y is equal to 4 for our first equation, and 5x plus 3y is equal to negative 25 for our second equation. Study the given equations. For our x, the coefficients are not equal. For our y, the same. So if we're going to use the elimination method and want to cancel x, so we need to cancel x, or we want to cancel x, so we need to multiply this by 5, and this is by 3. So that the coefficient for x will be 15. Okay, let's do that. So 5 times 3x is 15x. 5 times negative 2y, negative 10y, is equal to 4 times 5, 20. Next, 5 times 5x, 5x times 3, 5x times 3, that is 15x. Positive 3y times 3 is positive 9y. Is equal to negative 25 times 3, that is negative 75. Now, study the given or the equations that we produce when multiplying by 5 and 3. So we have now the same coefficient for x. So we can now cancel this. Now we're going to subtract. So 15x minus 15x will be 0. Or we can just cancel out. Negative 10y minus 9y, that is negative 19y, is equal to 20 minus negative 75. So that will be 95. Positive 95. Divide by negative 19. So we have y is equal to 95 over negative 19. That is negative 5. Okay, after getting the value for y, let us use the substitution method to find the value for x. So, copy any of our equation. So, it can be equation 1 or equation 2. Now, let us use the equation 1. Equation 1. 3x minus 2y is equal to 4. So 3x minus 2 times our y is negative 5 is equal to 4. So we have 3x, negative 2 times negative 5 is positive 10 is equal to 4. So 3x is equal to 4, addition property of equality, minus 10. So 3x is equal to 4 times negative 10, negative 6. Divide both sides by 3. X is equal to negative 2. So our x is equal to negative 2. Therefore, the solution of our equations are negative 2 and negative 5. And now let us check our answer. For the checking, let's just go into substitute. 3x minus 2y is equal to 4. And the other one, 5x plus 3y is equal to negative 25. So negative 2 for x. So 3 times negative 2 minus 2 times negative 5 is equal to 4. 3 times negative 2, negative 6. Negative 2 times negative 5, positive 10 is equal to 4. Negative 6 plus 10, that is 4, is equal to 4. Which is true. And the other one, 5 times negative 5 plus 3 times negative 2 is equal to negative 25. 5 times negative, our x is negative 2. Negative 2. And our y is negative 5. Be careful in substituting the value for the x and y. So 5 times negative 10, 5 times negative 2, negative 10. 3 times negative 5, negative 15 is equal to negative 25. Negative 10 minus 15, negative 25 is equal to negative 25. Which is also true. Therefore, our answer, negative 2, negative 5, is correct. Now, if your teacher or the question asks you what is the classification of the system, so consistent and independent, we have the number of solution, 1, and the intersecting line. Now, in our next video, what if you're going to find out that the equation or the system of equation is coinciding and parallel line? So we haven't encountered that. So that would be our next lesson. What will happen if that would be the graph? So stay tuned for the next video. See you in our next examples. Thank you for watching Senior Pablo TV. The system of linear equations with two variables using the substitution or the elimination. But put in mind, we're going to find the value for our x and y, but notice the given that we will come up with the coinciding lines and parallel lines. So if we're going to graph that, that will give us the coinciding and parallel lines. So what will happen to our x and y So let's try this example number 1. So 2x minus 4b is equal to 6 and negative a plus 2b is equal to negative 3. So we're going to use the elimination method, the easiest way to solve this. So our goal is the coefficient for a in both equation 1 and equation 2 must be the same. So all I need to do is to multiply 2 in our equation 2 so that it will become negative 2a plus 2 times 2b, 4b is equal to negative 3 times 2, negative 6. And just copy the equation 1, 2a minus 4b is equal to 6. We're going to add 2a plus negative 2a plus 2a, this is 0. 4 plus negative 4, this is also 0. So 0 is equal to negative 6 plus 6 will also give us 0. So our equation will give us 0 is equal to 0. So that gives us the infinite many solution. If we're going to graph the equation 1 and the equation 2, this will be our graph. So they have the same slope and the same y-intercept. And for the classification of system, consistent and dependent. Okay, now it's clear to you what it looks like if we're going to solve our equations, the coinciding lines. So this will give us coinciding lines. Infinite many solution. Unlike our unique solution or the intersecting line, we're going to graph that. We're going to meet at exactly one point. In this case, why it called infinite many? Because our points is infinite. There's a lot. A line is composed of infinite many points. Okay, so that's the coinciding line. So our graph will be like this one. And now let's try our example number 2. 4x plus y is equal to negative 5. And the equation 2 is 2x plus y over 2 is equal to negative 1. Using the elimination method, our coefficient for x must be the same. So all we need to do is to multiply 2 in our equation number 2. So 2x times 2 gives us 4x. So 2 divided by 2, that is 1, times y, that is 1y or simply y, is equal to negative 1 times 2, negative 2. Now, 4x plus y is equal to negative 5. Just copy the equation 1. And let us subtract 4x minus 4x, that is 0. Y minus y, that is also 0. So this will give us 0 is equal to negative 2 minus negative 5, positive 3. So 0 is equal to a number. So if we're going to graph, this will give us the parallel lines. Notice that they have the same slope but different y-intercept. Their slope is negative 4. And the classification of the system is inconsistent. And the number of solution, there is none. Number of solution, none. Why none? Because our two lines will never meet at any point. Of course, in our graph, if we're going to graph in our Cartesian plane, the two lines are parallel. Okay. So you can easily find those in our solving linear equations. You don't need to, if your teacher asks you what is the classification of the system or the number of system, you just need to solve. You don't need for you to graph or something like that. That's the importance of knowing how to solve the linear equations with two variables. And of course, we can use this as a reference. Thank you for watching Senior Pablo TV. And that ends our discussion for the linear equation. We're now, for your next lesson, will be the linear equation, linear inequalities. Thank you for watching Senior Pablo TV.